Hi, this is Scott, Kilo Sierra 6 Delta Alpha Yankee, and for today's video, we're back with another Operator Series video for the Yaesu FT-65 and FT-4X radio. Today, this should be a fairly quick one. What we're going to talk about is how to program and use the P keys, P as in Papa, that are present on the FT-65 and FT-4X radios. On the FT-65, there are 4 of these keys, P1, P2, P3, P4, and on the FT-4X, there are 2 keys, P1 and P2. You need to think of these in terms of basically just being hotkeys. They're keys that with a short press, or shortcut probably is the better term to use. With a short press of this key, it takes you to a section of the set menu where you can check things like voltage, or takes you to a portion of the set menu where you can effect a change that's necessary for the operation of the radio at the time. So to give you an example of what that looks like, I have P1 and P2 programmed on the 4X. So with the short press of the P1 key, what it does is it takes me to my DC voltage. That's the thing that I tend to check most often. Now I have my radio set up by default. Most of my radios are set up so that when you turn them on, the first thing you see is DC voltage. You can also check that from the set menu, but what the P1 key allows me to do is just simply go straight there with a short press. And I do like to check my voltage quite often, so that's a good idea for a hotkey. So we go ahead and exit out of that with the PTT. And the P2 button, what this is set up for in this case is scan skip. I tend to use this radio more often as a receiver than a transceiver. I listen more than I talk on it, and the ability to skip an unwanted or annoying channel is pretty important to me. So what I would do is if I encountered that channel on scan, I would press the PTT and hold on that channel. Then I would short press, and this takes me to the portion of the set menu where I can skip the channel. Right now it's set for off. I could arrow up. I could set it for skip, press F and exit. In this case, I don't want to do that. I want to stay it off on that. So that is it. Those are pretty fast ways of getting there. So what I want to show you now is how to set that up, but we'll do it with the FT-65. The way this works is in order to set any one of these keys on either of these radios, the first thing you need to do, go to the F key down at the bottom on the side of the radio, press and hold, long press, there we go. We're at the set menu, and what we're going to do now is we're going to navigate to the section of the set menu that we want to assign to the key. In this case, it's going to be DC voltage, so I'm going to arrow up until I get to DC voltage. And when I get to DC voltage, what I'm going to do is long press the P1 key. That's where I want that to be. So I long press P1, I hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds. It's not going to give any kind of indicator telling you you've had any success. You just release, press the PTT, and now we're going to check to see if that took. And I short press the P1 key. And there you go. It takes me right to DC voltage, so I can see what the voltage is on the radio. So I press PTT to exit. The next key that I'm going to assign, again, I long press the F key. There we go. And I want to go to scan skip for the next one, because again, that's just as important to me on this radio as it is on the 4X. So I go to line 28, skip, and I'm going to assign that to P2. So I press and hold P2, 3 to 5 seconds. Release, press the PTT to exit. Now we're going to short press P2 and check that. And there we go. It takes me to scan skip. Press PTT to exit. P3 and P4 I'm going to assign to lamp and LED. This relates to that last video I did. If I need to turn off the lights on this radio pretty quick, it allows me to go right to that. So I'm going to, again, press the F key. And we're going to go to, should be 17 and 18, I believe. 16, 17, sorry. So first one's going to be lamp, 16. Long press the P3 and exit. Let's check that. And we go right to lamp. Let's exit out. Now let's do the last key here. And we're going to go to LED. And we're going to press and hold the P4 key. And we're going to exit out. Now let's short press the P4, and it takes me to my LED selection. So now I have on the P1, P2, P3, P4 keys, I've got DC voltage, I got scan skip, and I have lamp and LED. You can assign whatever you want to assign to this from the set menu, whatever is important to you on a normal basis. But what you're looking for is things that you're kind of always going to the set menu for. This allows you to just put it on a hotkey, and you can jump right to that point. So there you go. That's all there is to it. As with everything I've shown so far up to this point, all of these things could be carried out on your computer with your computer programming system or customer programming system. However, I want to emphasize once again that it's very important that you know how to also do this stuff from the front panel on radios that you're going to be using a lot, because you're not always going to have that computer with you, and you're not always going to have the luxury of being able to just plug this into Chirp or RT systems or whatever you happen to use for setting your radio up. So these are skills that you need to have so that you can carry them out in the field. Just practicing them a lot, and sometimes what I'll do is just to kind of set the, really get it right. I'll do a reset on this radio, and I'll go in and I'll program pretty much all of the normal functions, program in a few channels, just to kind of keep my hand in and constantly keep working with it. So we're getting kind of to the end of this operator series of videos, but like I said, I just wanted to once again reemphasize that being able to operate your radio from the front programming panel, very important skill to have. So I will now bring it to a close. Thank you for watching and or listening. This is Scott, Kilo Sierra 6, Delta Alpha Yankee from Southwest Visalia, California. Have a wonderful day.